It'll never work. Big waste of time.
Hello there. Welcome back to the 80s Toy Museum, and we're taking a look at an 80s toy today. 1984 Transformers Minibot, Autobot Huffer. It's about time I did another one of these 84 Transformers. I can't believe I still haven't gone through all of them individually and done little quick reviews and futzing around with them. But here's Huffer, and this is a KO reissue. It took actually a long time for them to finally KO Huffer. They did all the other mini-bots, but I believe this was the last one to get KO'd, so it's a perfect reproduction of the original card, right down to, got a little assortment number down there, and the vintage 80s Hasbro logo on there. Fortunately, doesn't seem like there's anything on here that signifies that it's a reproduction. Usually there's some kind of little fine text that says reproduction, reissue, but nothing on there. I mean, the big way to tell that this is a KO is that just look at the robot in there. There's no stickers there, so that's the dead giveaway. Not just that, I mean, it's mint condition after how many years? 1984 to 2024 is 40 years. So that's the dead giveaway right there. And I'm going to give you a 360 look at Huffer while I read the tech specs. Function Construction Engineer. And the quote reads, "Molecular structure is the key to success. Huffer is cynical, hard-boiled, and pessimistic. He looks at the world through sludge-colored windshields. Will complain it can't be built, then builds it anyway. Not too sociable, but absolutely reliable. Arm sensors can test materials for strength, heat resistance, elasticity, etc. Extremely strong. Superior mathematical and geometrical abilities. Often unhappy and homesick for Cybertron." And here's Huffer in truck mode. Pretty simplistic. It's got some really nice chrome on the pipes though. And unfortunately, he cannot really haul Prime's trailer. I'm sure a lot of kids would have loved to recreate that scene in the episode where Prime's all beat up and Huffer offers to haul Prime's trailer for him. But there's just no way to do that. I wonder if maybe if you extended his legs. Look at that. That actually works. This is the first time that I've ever tried to do that. I tried to do this a couple of times over the years. I never had Huffer as a kid, but I did pick him up when I first got back into toy collecting some 10, 15 years ago. And I've never actually tried to do this. Partial transformation, pull the legs out, and that actually corrects the... He's still a little light in the front. But there you go. If you want Huffer to help Optimus out and haul his trailer, you can even actually haul it. The little nubs on the feet are catching on the part that connects to Optimus Prime, or even this part up here. He actually fits inside there, so there you go. Huffer can sort of do his part to help Prime out. That works a little bit better. Transformation is a breeze, like most of the mini bots. All you gotta do is pull the legs out, like I've already shown, and take the cab and move it up. It's on like a double hinge here, so just got to move it up like so and pull the arms out. Kind of come out on their own while you're transforming them. Move them up, and there you go. Huffer in robot mode. The arms aren't fantastic. They kind of feel like they would look better if this was the front. That just seems more like an elbow bend right there. Really nitpicking a 40-year-old toy here, but that's always been one thing that kind of bugged me about Huffer. There's no elbow bend visible there. That's Huffer in robot mode. He's actually pretty small compared to the other mini-bots. Let me pull a couple others out. And here he is with his mini-bot pals. The cab kind of makes him seem taller than he actually is, but if you're just looking at the height head, he's shorter than Windcharger. Actually, yeah, he's a little bit taller than Gears. Brawn is the tallest mini-bot, but it's weird that he's even shorter than Bumblebee, who on the show is always portrayed as the smallest mini-bot. And what's really interesting about the bio on Huffer is that he's mentioned as being one of the strongest Autobots. So whenever they were talking about the strongest 1984 Autobots, they always mention Optimus Prime, Brawn, whose whole name is an acknowledgement of how strong he is, but this guy, this little Pessimist, is considered to be one of the strongest of the original Autobots. Don't remember him doing much in the Marvel comics, but he does have quite a few appearances in the original cartoon, mostly the first year, the 84 lineup of Transformers. Don't believe he ever got his own episode, like the Power Glide episode, The Girl Who Loved Power Glide, or the Blaster episode, Autobot. But he's always showing up there and giving his 2 cents that most people aren't interested in. It's interesting that both in 84, 2 really negative, pessimistic Autobots were released. You would think that at the time it would just mostly be the Decepticons who were the really negative, miserable characters on the show, but for the Autobots, Gears and Huffer were 2 guys who are just absolutely miserable. And they were an important part of the team because when they started complaining, that's when we really got to see Optimus Prime's wisdom and grace, because he would impart wisdom onto them and knowledge, inspiration. And the reason it worked is because a lot of the time, Gears and Huffer seemed to be inspired, or at least hush up for a moment, have trust and faith in Optimus Prime. So it is important to have characters in shows and movies that are like Huffer, but I think the key part of the formula is that those inspiring heroes, those ultimate heroes like Optimus Prime, actually have some kind of effect on those really negative, pessimistic characters. If they're just incurably miserable, then just want to get them off the screen. In wrestling, it's called go away heat, and I don't think Huffer has go away heat. I think he just needs the right motivation, and it's a really fun one to transform too, nice and simplistic. So one comparison I'm going to do is in 1986, he was sort of reissued as Pipes. It was a major rework though. This was not a lazy repaint. Quite a bit was remolded. So the front, like this whole cab part, a lot of it looks different. It's similar on the side here. You see the M from the old Takara Microman days. That's a cool little touch. But the front part has been redone, and the pipes are different, completely different. Feet look pretty similar, tires look pretty similar, and then in robot mode, I believe there is a little difference with the transformation. Legs out. We do have a change here. So I was mentioning earlier, I wish it was the other way, and they actually did that for Pipes. So they turnpipes around. And I think that does look a lot better. Makes him look like he's kind of got elbows there. And changes him up quite a bit. So that the cab is on his back instead of sort of on the back and sort of on his head. And another interesting thing about this remold is that Huffer is actually, if you are measuring head to head, Huffer is actually a little taller than this remold pipes. Even though the cabs are pretty much equal, if you're just measuring the head, and we're somehow able to make this repaint into a smaller guy. So there is G1 1984 Huffer. He's been reissued a couple of times by Takara. Don't believe he's been reissued in North America on card. I think if you want to get a Huffer these days, eBay KOs are pretty much the only way to go. Thanks for checking out the review. Thanks to the Patreon tribe for your support. If you'd like to join the Patreon tribe and access a whole bunch of exclusives, reviews, special features, I'm working on the next big history video, and the first bonus feature, behind the scenes feature for that has just gone up. Check out patreon.com/michaelmercy. And thanks to the channel members for hitting the join button as well. And I'll be back again soon with more vintage and modern, but vintage inspired toy reviews. Remember to tap the like, leave a comment below, and to join the tribe, hit subscribe. Nerdmas Day.